Hey, Dr. Quinn, thank you for joining us on this Monday afternoon.
Hey, thank you for having me.
You know, we've been dealing with these variants for some time now, so why is this new double mutant strain of the virus so concerning?
Well, this is the first time that with the coronavirus specific virus that they've identified a virus strain that's a double mutated variant, meaning it has two advantageous mutations that make it even more effective. And the way to describe it is just imagine when a virus infects a cell, it uses that spike protein to get inside the cell, and then it replicates and replicates it and makes millions of copies, and then those copies go out and infect other cells. The deal is some of these copies may have an error, a mistake, but the mistake might give it an advantage. And this new mutated strain, this Indian variant, it has two mistakes, but the mistakes are advantageous in that one of the mistakes is the spike protein is a little bit different, and the spike protein is a little bit more able to infect other cells. So it's even stronger, and this is very, very alarming.
Dr. Quinn, the variant first reported in India, I believe, and is believed to be the first of its kind that could potentially drive another surge in cases. Now, is this variant more dangerous than the others? Is that because it's that double?
Right now, it's still being studied. The researchers are showing that it's questionable if it's more dangerous, meaning if you get infected with it, are you more likely to lose your life? That's still being investigated. But what's for certain is because the variant has those two mutations, number one, the spike protein, as I said, is a little bit different in structure, so the antibodies have a harder time latching onto it, so it can evade better. But also, the spike protein is more effective at infecting other cells. So it's like it's a virus with an extra muscle on it. It can do more than the other viruses. So this mutation gives it the advantage. So it's not yet determined if it's more virulent or dangerous, but it is for certain more infectious, meaning if you get on an elevator and somebody has this particular strain or this virulent, you're more likely to catch this infection, which is not good, and it means we really need to get vaccinated.
Well, you know, most of the studies show that our current vaccines work against these variants, or at least the ones that have come up now. A couple of things. First of all, does it work, do you think, as well against this new double variant? And are we going to continue to see mutations?
Well, that's what's being studied right now. So far, the two mutations on this one virus are being seen in some of the other mutations. And so far, the vaccines are still working against these other variants that have these mutations. So as of now, it's looking like the vaccines are still effective. But the problem is if someone were to come into contact with someone with this virulent, they still have a higher chance of getting infected, even if they've had the vaccine. Now, if they have not had the vaccine, then they're very, very vulnerable to getting infected. But if they've been vaccinated, now we have a better chance. So it's still being recommended to get vaccinated. Also note, the more people that get vaccinated, the lower the spread will be and less people will become infected. And then that's a better chance that we'll have less virulence coming in the future, because the more people that get infected, the more mutations, the more virulent strains, and the more dangerous. So that's why it's so important. I just want to give kudos to the United States of America. We set a record. We did 4 million vaccines on Saturday. So kudos to us. So we're kicking tail, and we're going to continue to fight, but we got to continue to wear a mask, social distance, and get vaccinated, and we will get through this pandemic.
All right. Dr. Quinn, thank you. Telling us to stay the course, basically. Once again, always a pleasure to have you and all your knowledge. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, thank you.